Let's do this. How are we gonna post this? I don't want to do a wide stance pose because that's the last one I did last time. Okay, alam ko na. Alam ko na. We're gonna go here. We're gonna go in the corner. Honestly, Inferno. For me, sa ngayon, Inferno would be the best striker to learn. I'd like to master it, pero wala pa, ayoko pa. Hindi pa siya yung focus ko ngayon. Gusto ko munang i-master yung magagawa kong content around yung photo mode nga. Kasi I think this is my niche. Not exactly the battle content, so yeah. Okay, now we're gonna go for ikot tayo. Okay. In Serenith, by the way, Serenith, I've seen that matches really good Sereniths like si Fio, si Saint Fio. He uses yung grapple hook dun sa sa mga objective, then he flies upwards. He's untouchable. People in Champion are not responding well to Serenith. Yung range na na grapple, so good. I think that should be that should be practiced, especially in a group setting. So we're gonna go for forward that leg. Okay, I need a reference point. I'm gonna open a browser so I can get a reference. Okay, reference point. Oh, it's gonna lag. Tapos yung Serenit, yung yung ignore terrain, it's so good in matches like Poseidon Armory. I think it's really good. Cross leg on ramp. Okay. We're gonna have her go. Paakitin natin siya ng konti. We're gonna elevate her whole body. And we're gonna make her sit over here. Pseudo sit, pretty much. Okay. Alright. I'd prefer if we're able to just make the matches like we know what we need to do. Okay, sige getong. See ya. Ingat. I'll see you when I see ya. Oh fuck. Okay, we need her to sit. We need her to sit up and down. Okay. Then we're gonna bend this section. Ooh, so bad. That's a bad bend. We need to bend this one. Oop, nope. We need to rotate. So it looks so painful. It looks so painful, but that's the aim of it. We need to put it like that so we can change it. Hey, why are you far forward there? This is so weird. Okay, anyway, so we're gonna put this foot behind. So, lagay natin doon. No, 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 no. Ah, yes, 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 I see. Ooh. Okay. It's good, alright. So, Kenny, let's remove a bit of the music mode. Okay, so, alright. At this point, we have a very weird pose in our hands, but this sets the stage for the pose we want to do, especially with the legs. What we want to do with the legs now is make it so that we push it back. Okay, push it back. Push it down. A little bit backwards to the side. Oops, don't pierce the railings. Okay, that's as far as that goes. Next, we push this section a little bit less forward. Okay. We're gonna be making this the... We're gonna have to ignore how the foot looks at the moment because of the nature of what we're trying to do. So, okay. Now we push this a bit to the side so it becomes a... It shifts forward or backward. Okay, can we still do that? Alright. Okay, a bit backwards. Have the knee face in this direction. A bit to the left. Okay, alright. So now it becomes a certain way. It becomes a certain angle that may look like she is supporting her weight off of that leg. At least that's the idea. That's what we're going for. Alright, now for this leg, let us raise this leg. Pull this leg in this direction. Forward this a little bit further. Okay. Can we push this a little bit down though? Okay. Alright. This muscle should be changed though, because it's a little bit weird. It doesn't the anatomy isn't anatomizing. Alright, let's push this. Push. Can we push? Can we push down? Ooh, okay. So weird angle. Okay, we're gonna rotate. Okay, we're gonna rotate later. We'll need to shift this particular set. Okay, let's pull you upwards. Then let's pull you in a certain way to the side. Okay, there you go. But I think this is a bit too extreme, don't you think? Not really, not yet. Because we will still adjust. We're not finished with that. Okay, we'll adjust this one a bit forward. Okay. Then we're gonna adjust this a little bit backwards, a little bit to the side. There you go. Okay. I think we need a little bit more room there because of the legs. We shouldn't be seeing the legs. Actually, the legs can do this. Okay. All right. Now, I'm pretty sure that my perspective is not exactly 100% accurate, but this is good enough for in terms of completing this. So, okay. All right. So, let's take a look without the skeleton. Okay. It looks okay. Can be done better, I think. Let's do better. All right. So, what we're gonna do now is we're gonna raise this a bit upwards so that the legs wouldn't intersect inside. Yeah, you can see the legs inside the intersection. Okay, we're gonna be pushing this a little bit like that, like so. Okay, then we're gonna push this a little bit like this, a little bit like that, and our goal now is to make them touch each other in a certain way. Okay. Oops, nope. Not in that manner. We are almost there. So, we're gonna push this backward. Push this a certain way. Okay. And push this down. There you go. All right. Then I pushed it a little bit backwards. Okay. I think it still lacked a little bit of that thigh area action. Okay. All right. We're gonna review this later and make changes accordingly. No, don't. We're still doing that. Okay. Okay, from this perspective, we should be okay, even from here. But I think I just want to really make it go in that direction because of how she's sitting. It's precarious. She is sitting precariously, so I want to really reflect that. We're gonna deal with the hips later. Let's shift her forwards and backwards a little bit up. Okay. So it's sitting on her legs. And this one, we want it a little bit forward. Okay, that's what we want. Okay. That's as close as we can get it. All right. Now that that lower body is okay, it's not the greatest, but it looks okay. How's the legs? Looks good in a certain angle. Looks weird in some angles because of how the leg muscles are bended. So we're gonna have to angle this when we decide to take a picture of it. All right. So okay. Now hips. We're gonna go for the hips. It's important that the hips are a certain direction, I think. See that movement? Yeah, because you're sitting on a ledge. You're gonna try to make yourself comfortable by using the glutes of your ass. So we'll have to deal with that too. Okay. Okay, this is you elevated. Oh no, please. We're not trying to make an abomination here. Let's go ahead and have her sit, perforate the outfit. Okay. Now for the thrust. Okay. We're gonna thrust this a little bit like so. So that there's a certain fold in between the skirt. And people know that the skirt is going far beyond what it's supposed to be going for. Let's see. All right. Okay. All right. Actually, you know what? I want those hips changed a bit further. Let's go for rotation. Okay. Actually, it still looks unnatural. Let's go again for rotation. Okay. We're gonna have to do it that way. Alright. Okay. Alright. Next. Her foot, knee, hip, foot, hips, waist. Yes. Okay. We're gonna go for a bit of a lean so that we can use her arms. Left leaning. Okay. Or right leaning. Right leaning is so weird. It makes the ass look a little bit more justified than what it looks like. So a little bit left leaning. Okay. If we go down, the glutes will not stick. So we're gonna go for this sweet spot. A little bit backwards. Okay. Alright. Next. The arms. For the arms, this will control where the arms would go. So we're gonna forward this. Have it move like so. We're gonna change the upper body later to match its spacing. Actually, we should be changing it now. Shoulder joints. We're gonna change the shoulder joint to match the pace. Make it a little bit more relaxed. Can we relax it? Okay. It's not relaxing. Let's forward this. Alright. Forward. Okay, about that. So, and then we're gonna use the upper body. Left elbow. No. That's the turn. So we're not gonna use that. We're gonna use the upper body, not the neck, the upper body. Shift it a bit to the left like so. Okay. Can we up and down? Okay, I'm gonna go down a bit. Up. Okay. The forward is fine. Alright, now for the rotation. We're gonna rotate this now. No, not in that direction. Actually, yes, in that direction. And then okay, we're twisting her section, but that's fine. We should be okay. We're gonna twist this upwards anyway. Alright, so okay, alright. Now we rotate that. Okay, alright, a little bit less. Okay, now for this elbow, up and down, forward, backward. Okay, we're gonna shift this down. Okay, can we still? Okay, forward and back. This poses to be a challenge, and that's okay. So our challenge here is, if we make the hands reach this section, it's gonna take a while for it to reach. So rather, it's gonna take a really unnatural turn. So we're gonna use our elbows to try and reach that other section. There you go. So that's the spirit. Okay, can we do it a little bit more so it touches? Yes, we can. Not left and right, up and down. Okay, up and down. All right, then we will rotate the hands like so. Okay, we're gonna perfect that later, but that's good enough for now. Okay. All right. All right. All right. Now for the other arm. We're gonna polish it later. We're gonna go for the other arm first, so that I can have a sense of perspective. My shitty sense of perspective. Okay, we're gonna fold it. And after folding it, we're gonna rotate. No, we cannot rotate that. So we're gonna push it using the shoulders. Okay. Not up and down, forward and back. Now we're gonna rotate the shoulder. Okay. Gonna rotate it like so. And then after rotating it, we're gonna use the elbows to try and connect that section. Okay. So we're gonna elbow this, elbow up. Okay. And then this section down. All right. Can we forward? Okay. Forward the hands here. Okay, it looks a little bit weird. All right, it's gonna lean like that. Let's forward this. Okay, shift to change orientation. All right. Then we're gonna shift further downwards like so. Okay. Okay, teka, kulang. So we're gonna use the elbow to try and rotate this in a different direction. Jimmy our way through this, and all right. Okay, so far so good. So we're able to pose in a, not really provocative, but we're able to pose for the legs is what we're going for. Highlights is good. Then we're leaning forward. Our goal is like to make her lean towards the server is what we're looking for. So that's the intentionality of it. Now we're gonna go and change her head. Neck orientation. The neck can become really unnatural if you are not like, if you're not exactly careful with it. So we're gonna leave the neck as is. We're gonna have her rotate her neck, her head instead. Make it a certain angle. Have it a certain way. It looks so unnatural. Now we're gonna go have her head rotate a little bit like so. Okay. We're gonna have to deal with the hands later. Now for her head, can we move it a little bit further up? Okay, all right. I think the neck has to follow the head. The head is facing in an okay direction, but the neck seems a little bit unnatural for the angle it's been using. So we're gonna neck this a little bit, but not too much, just a minor adjustment. Okay. All right. All right. So I think we're fine in this direction. Next, the hands. We need to put expressions for the hands so that it will acclimate to the area. Unfortunately, we cannot deal with the fingers, so we cannot change how the fingers look like. Now for this, we're gonna go why am I in that? Okay, I like that. How about the other hand? Okay, we probably need to make it like so. Okay, now for the hands, can we have it touch that area? Okay, just the illusion of touching, not exactly touching per se, but hiding a little bit of the garments in that area. And this should be in a certain direction, just like so. Okay, all right, are we able to move it further? Okay, all right, now there's tension in those joints. All right, okay, so let's review. We're able to pose your legs in this manner, the quatro as we call it. So 4 pose. It's not strictly like the letter 4. It kind of formed the number 4. It kind of formed the letter R, but I think I like how it's going against the glass, or it doesn't give you the illusion that it is. The hands are fine. I think we can work the hips a little bit further so that it touches a bit of the railings. The bodily gait is fine towards the direction. The head is following. I think the neck still needs a bit more work though. Okay, let's work on that neck. Okay, all right, now let's see. Okay, I like the neck better in this angle, so okay, all right. Now for the hips, these are hips. That's what we're dealing with here. Or waist, actually. Okay, waist, fine, it's the waist. Okay, up and down. Can we go down? A bit down. Okay. I see what we're dealing with. The whole body must move back a little bit back. Okay. Okay, there we go. Okay, that's a better illusion. But I think I need to move the body just a little bit upwards. Make her go to the ledge just like so. And I need it a bit upwards. Okay, all right, okay, we're gonna save this first. Pose 4. Okay, let's edit. All right. Oh, no. Okay, actually no, we shouldn't be there. We shouldn't be there. Okay, we should be here at least. Okay, and move this a little bit forward, just like so. All right, so we're going for the bit gloomy background that it has here. Let's remove the skeleton. Let's review how it looks like. Let's frame it. Frame looks good. The legs it's accentuated by the pose. Both legs are presented in such a manner that most of the angles are shown. Okay, very nice. The right hand, this is the right hand, that's the left hand. Yeah, the left hand is tense because it's supporting the whole body's weight, and the right hand is taut. Okay, but I think we still lack something. Our right shoulder is not exactly on par yet, so right shoulder it is. Okay, oh, but we need to move that a bit. Okay, all right. Oh, that's not the movement we're looking for. We need something that's gonna Just gonna make it go a little bit upwards. Okay, let's change our plan. Just like so. Okay, not yet, not yet. Okay. Okay, okay. So it would... No. I refuse to do that. It would make her seem like she doesn't have a shoulder, which is not good, I think. Okay. Alright, that popped it out, but I need to fix the hands now. Okay. Because it's in a certain direction. Alright. Pop it forward just like so. Put it down. Forward. Okay. We're gonna change how it looks like. Alright. We're gonna change the angle it's going for. That particular hand. Okay. Gonna go for that. Oops, too much. Okay, and a bit like that. Okay, alright. Then this hand, we're gonna tighten it a little bit further. Let the shoulders do the work. Okay. And then the hands will follow. Okay. Alright, there we go. Just like so. But I think the shoulder can still support the hand though. It must push it a little bit forward, a little bit less. Okay. We're gonna shift and rotate. No, that's a natural. No, not in that direction. Not in that direction. Okay. We're gonna go shift. And just like so. Okay, alright. Okay, I think we're able to nail the angles we want. Let's review. It's a matter of patience. I have to be patient with how it looks like because it's always gonna turn out with a certain degree of sculpt to it. Because we're dealing with skeletal frames, it's imperfect. But so long as we're patient, everything just settles down on its own. Okay. Alright. Now that we're done with that, we're gonna put on filters first because that drastically changes what she's posing with. Currently, it looks a bit neutral, but we're not aiming for neutral. We want something a bit more drastic and fun. So let's do it this way. Okay, let's put in filters. Okay. I'm gonna remove a bit of the brightness. And I'm gonna put in a bit of white balance back again. Saturation. Does this work for me? I don't think so, no. How about this grayscale? It's a zeroed out saturation is what it is, so okay, no, that's not for me. How about this high saturation build? Alright. No, this is not for me. Let's go with this one instead. High white balance. Alright. We're gonna do it like so. Alright. High contrast. Low brightness. No, mid brightness. Low saturation. And high white balance. Okay, reason for that is because of lighting. We're gonna go put our point light at a low distance at this height. Okay, can we put it a little bit further behind her? Okay, put on some distance. Rotate. Okay. Rotate in this direction. Let's put in some height. Let's increase the intensity. Or let's rotate again. Let's put in a bit more height. Less intensity this time. Now we have to do the intensity. Nah, not like that. Can you go for a... We're going for the distance so that the stockings doesn't get lit up is what we're going for. We're gonna go for this light. Okay. Range. Alright. We want a little bit of range for the background so that it has a certain spotlight effect. Let's pull you a little bit upwards. Let's increase the heights. And a little bit farther on the back. A bit of a rotation so that we see only her shadows. We want shadow nuance is what we're looking for. Next, now we're gonna put in shadows. Okay. I'm gonna put in the hue towards blue. Okay. We want a cooler hue with highlightness and a lower saturation point so that we're looking like we're looking at the reactor light is what we're doing. So okay, let's go by the rotation again. All right, so that's what she looks like. Okay, we're gonna find ourselves an angle. Okay, can we get an expression on that face? I know it doesn't look a lot, but the small details matter, I think. So we're gonna go for not that one. We're gonna go for this. It's a little bit open-mouthed. Okay, all right. Just like so. Next. Let's go for the distance of the lights. And the height. Distance. Okay. Intensity. We want it to be a bit intense. On a full range. Next, can we change how the light strikes on her skin? We want her to look a little bit less pale is what we're seeking. But this is probably too much. Okay, somewhere here. All right. Okay, alright. I like that. Next. Camera angles. Alright. Okay. Objective point. Okay. Wait, before we set the objective point, let's see if we're gonna go for a wide angle or a low coefficient angle. Okay, we're gonna go for the low coefficient because we want the objective focus to be on her. Alright, let's go a bit up. Forward and back. to the to the left, and a little bit up. Okay, just like so. All right. Okay, then the camera tilts a little bit to the left so that the underskirt is going to be a bit less, a bit more obvious. Okay. Bit of the backwards. You know what? I'm going to forward that. I'm going to match a certain section of the build. Okay. We're trying to frame her is what we're doing. Okay. All right. I want to hide that section, so okay. Okay. Now for the depth of field, we're gonna go for an intense depth of field. And the range, we're gonna increase the range. Okay. All right. We're gonna make sure it hits her a little bit so that you can see some parts of her doing the bokeh effect. Let's see though if it does it. Okay. All right, let's see. Okay, we need to clean this camera angle a bit to the left. There you go. All right, I like that. All right, so I think this is the angle we're looking for. Let's save it first. And then let's edit the angle. Okay. We're gonna take a few photos off of this. So let's review what we had done. We changed it so that she's in a sitting position in this railing. It's like a pseudo sitting position, although pretty much the linchpin of that is how the glutes are reaching the railing. Makes it look like she's sitting. Also, we made it so that her hands are supporting her upper body because there's really no way you can make her sit a certain way just by sitting. And lastly, the contrast with the foot is good. I think I just have one more thing that I want to deal with. Can we go to the right knee? Okay. I want to rotate that knee a little bit so that the lower angles are not there. Okay. I'm kind of peeved by the by under the stockings. It has a certain light effect to it. All right, I am not satisfied with the depth of field effect. I want this to be a little bit further onto her, and I want the range to be limited. Limited to the user at least. Okay. Okay. All right, a bit of intensity. Okay, all right. Very nice. I like that. Lastly, let's review the lighting. Okay, I like the lights. I like the height. Can we rotate it a little bit further? No, this is the optimal rotation. Optimal range and the shadows it's making. Okay, let's make it blush like so. All right. Okay, so let's take a photo. Then let's go to angle 2 and yeah, let's see. Save it. Edit. And let's pose. Actually, I have something that I need to take care of. 1 second. Can I just rotate this a little bit like so? Okay, how does that look like? Okay, just a little bit forward pa. Konti pa. Not too much, just around that much. Okay, so it gives an illusion that she's holding her skirt of sorts, yeah? Not it's not clipping through the skirt. Yeah, we have a few parts that are clipped, so we just don't want to do that, more of that, yeah. So forward and back. Okay, like so. All right, then save it. Edit. Okay. Okay. I think we're good. So let's go ahead and take a picture. Take a photo. Take a photo. Photo. Let's change our background music. Second. Sorry, my guys, just changing the music a bit. Actually, I like this. Okay, never mind. So, okay, let's take a photo. I'm doing a snipping tool photo. Okay. All right. Now we're gonna change the setting to cinematic, so it changes the what they call this, the quality. It's gonna lag a bit. Just give me a second, guys. Let me just make this work. Okay, let's go by setting. I'm sorry if it's gonna lag a bit. This is gonna be for a second. I already got the posing nailed anyway. All right. Okay.